Nigeria Info.
It's 6:32, time for us to go through the headlines and see what the papers are saying today. Please note that these headlines are only read as published according to the editorial guidelines and have got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. Ensure that you get your facts right even while you react to any of them this morning. We'll be going through the Punch, the Guardian, Daily Trust, the Nation, and the Vanguard. You can watch live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. We're streaming at this time, and you can also be a part of it by dropping your comments and your thoughts. The Punch this morning: consumers lament as food prices rise 30% in 8 states. Federal government suspends Dana Air license after Lagos airport incident. Sirika spends second night in EFCC custody over 8 billion naira probe. 627 delegates elect Ondo PDP governorship candidate today. Gombe residents lament 48 hours blackout. Queues return as fuel scarcity hits Abuja, 5 states. Delayed justice. Tinubu, National Assembly demand judicial reforms. 500,000 households to get Lagos palliatives. Sanwo-Olu. 35 oil firms face probe over environmental pollution. Lagos demolishes shops in Abuja market, arrests 2 traders. 2 one-chance robbers in Ogun police custody. Teenager jailed 3 years for stealing water taps in Osun. 2 men jailed for illegal importation of 1,570 guns. Let's move on to The Guardian. Over 5,032 first-class graduates languish amid vacancies in varsities. Currency outside banks up by 300% as economy slips into cash hoarding. Wike's loyalists reject redeployments, resign from Rivers cabinet. Zulum urges establishment of military bases in Sambisa Forest, Mandara Hills. EFCC withdraws appeal against order restraining Yahaya Bello's arrest. Aviators fault interference as federal government grounds Dana Air operations. Federal government probes bullying incident at Abuja school. Reps summons Kyari, threaten to sanction oil companies. Let's move on to the Daily Trust. Management shifts exams as AUN students protest blackout on campus. Kwara community heads to court over title of Oloro's successor. Passenger dies inside bus in Kwara. Nigeria Air. How EFCC nabbed Sirika over 8 billion naira fraud. Stop misusing ex parte order, Akpabio tells judges. Kaduna Assembly demands El Rufai's transactions as probe begins. Pro-Wike commissioner rejects redeployment, quits Fubara's cabinet. Experts weigh in as federal government grounds Dana Air over runway incident. Fubara, Wike's rift deepens as two commissioners resign over redeployment. Federal government revokes 924 mining licenses. Moving on to the nation. Tax defaulting politicians to be barred from contesting. EFCC returns recovered assets to Enugu government. El Rufai probe, Kaduna Assembly seeks vital documents from Finance Ministry, MDAs. Tinubu renews commitment to empowering girls, women, youths. Federal government addressing outstanding varsity workers' demands, says ministers. Rivers crisis. Two commissioners quit Fubara's cabinet. Tinubu, Nigeria's rapidly growing economy needs functional judiciary. Telecom firms seek nod to raise tariffs. Let's move on to our final stop for the day, and that is the Vanguard. Why power sector crisis won't end soon by electricity workers. We appreciate criticism not born out of mischief, Governor Eno. Ebonyi government plans to float airline. EFCC hands over 14 forfeited properties to Enugu State. Traders count losses as government demolishes shops, houses in Ebonyi. Naira depreciates to 1,305 naira to the dollar in parallel market. Nigeria paying lip service to technical education, college council boss. Yahaya Bello, APC must publish code of conduct for party leaders, Salihu Lukman. APC is the answer to Nigeria's problems, says Ganduje. I'm tired. Lady leaves UK with family, returns to Nigeria. And that's it on the Vanguard this morning. Time to get to your reactions. Don't forget that we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go on there, drop your comments, and be part of the conversation this morning. And Eleke Kelly says, the scarcity of fuel in Abuja in 5 states, what's really going on? Why is the Port Harcourt refinery going, when is it going to start operations? Is the question that he ends his message with. Moazu John Lasisi says there is hunger and anger in the land because of food inflation, high cost of fuel, and other essential things making life unbearable for ordinary Nigerians. Which way forward? How long are we going to continue like this? Christian Honor says, all right. And Dr. Mrs. Unma Lebar says hunger is dealing a bestial blow on the masses as food prices continue to soar to high heavens. People are suffering excruciating pains and dying slowly. They now find it very difficult to afford a square meal, and I pray that Kwashoko doesn't resurface in Nigeria. May God save his children, is how she ends her message. To call in 0700 951 0000, 08095 974869, and 08099930137. Those are the numbers to call in this morning. Please ensure that you are away from your device when you call. State your name, your location, and kindly go straight to your point. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, perfect gentleman. Itodo.
Welcome.
How are you? How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Calling you from Gwagwalada.
Go ahead, please.
With due respect to Ganduje, former governor of Kano State, 2 times, his statement should be reversed. ATC is a crisis for Nigeria problem. And they are talking of a growing economy will need judicial reform. How can you describe Nigerian economy as a growing economy? It's a declining economy that cannot feed the teeming population, that cannot harness the skill potential of our people. It's a declining economy. It's a failing economy. The economic indices are indicating are all in negatives. People are finding it difficult to have a flourishing businesses. Businesses are being killed. Investment are dying. No activities in everywhere. Go around and check. People hardly feed once in a day. Many family businesses are dying. People are economically hostage. IDPs, we are economic IDPs, all majority of Nigeria. It is high time the President Tinubu submit all his policy to some kind of plausibility.
All right.
The policy should serve people, not the other way around. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Speaking Itodo.
Welcome.
Samuel from Gwagwalada.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah. If it were in the civilized nation all over, the country is supposed to be in the cell, awaiting his trial.
Why is that?
It's only Nigeria that anybody, once you get money, and those money are embezzled money, the public money, they will become very powerful. Even they will even sue EFCC that EFCC should refuse to, charge them. It's only in Nigeria that...
Well, there's currently a case against him. Don't you think we should all wait until that case concludes before we jump into our own conclusions?
But since the case has started, to our understanding, it should appropriate detention. People should be detained. Aside from that, EFCC itself, I wonder what they are doing. We only hear say they return properties. Okay, from whom? Those properties were retrieved. From whom? And how did they get those properties? That information will never be delivered to the Nigerians. But God is there watching everybody. Thank you.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome.
How was your night?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
How is your weather? The weather is cool in Kubwa.
Oh, good for you. Go ahead.
So, lovely brother from Federal Housing Kubwa, Mala Aduna.
Welcome.
I want to talk about the law. EFCC should not deceive themselves. If they want to arrest Abelo, they know where he is. Because the medical will run to Kenya and the Nigeria government go and bring him back to Nigeria. Why the Abelo is in Nigeria, they don't want to find him. If they really don't want to go there, and they will make sure they should go and arrest him and prosecute him. Because the Abelo kill people, many people. During time.
When you say keep, hold on. When you make such allegations,
okay.
Do you have? Yes, hold on.
You are working in Nigeria for...
Hold on. All right. When you're making your thoughts, be very careful of the words that you use, because you could be called up and asked for evidence, and there's nothing you can present if you don't have any. So be careful with the wordings you're using. All right?
Yes.
Yes.
Later accept to during your time, you will do screening for 7 years.
Okay, so you're not listening to the corrections I'm giving out. You can share your thoughts without throwing allegations against somebody if you don't have any evidence to prove that point, all right? Welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear brother. This is Reverend on the line.
Welcome, Zabin.
Thank you, my good brother. Federal government for Abuja fully detained at school. That is correct. You see now, my thanks goes to the very person that let us know what is happening, because it has been happening on the ground. Even my own son was bullied at Gao School in those days. I how I handled it. And this incident happened in secondary school education. From there they mature. So the bullies mature to anything. They bully the community, they bully anybody they like. Look, if you watch that incident, the time I watched it, I stood erect for 5 minutes. That a fellow human being can do his fellow human being. That's why the other boy called Oromone didn't survive. From bullies. You see, there's the total prosecution of sending these people because they can kill. You see what happened there. There's something should come out from there. That's my own. And they should cancel agent punishment in secondary school. That's where they decide. From there they graduate even to positions. Thank you.
All right. Let's go on to WhatsApp and take some of your messages. And Oludade Abiodun says, Hadi Sirika should remain in custody until the investigation is done with and should be prosecuted if found guilty. And what's going on between Fubara and his godfather? They should forget ego and allow peace in that state. Reps summon Kiari. One thing is to summon, but another thing is to come out with a result that will favor the citizens and not the government office holder. The pivot of high cost of goods the high cost of petroleum products people are suffering is what Azimat in Karima says. Corrupt politicians who are looters should be quizzed and compelled to bring out the stolen money to fund our budget instead of borrowing. Nigerians are dying of poverty is what Opulent in Bari says. And Ishako in Lugbe reacting to the news about a teenager being jailed for 3 years for stealing water taps in Osun. I do not like hearing such news. In as much as stealing is wrong, our judicial system seems to always be hard on petty theft and honor the big ones. Telecoms firms seek to raise tariffs. Another tariff hike coming. The APC chairman is telling Nigerians that they are the answer. I have said it. I will continue to remind anyone who cares to listen. Expecting good days from our political class is like expecting a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Nigeria will surely overcome, is how Ishaku in Lugbe ends his message. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Diki Itodo.
Welcome.
The Agaba is the one and only.
Good morning.
You can see they are talking hunger, and we are about to approach rainy season now. My name is Salasi, by the way.
Go ahead, Salasi.
We are urging the government to do the needful, most especially in the aspect of security. We need to understand that most of the people can't go to the farm. People have been chased from their ancestral home due to insecurity, and coupled with the high cost of a living. We are talking of purchasing fertilizer, the pesticide, the chemical they use in farming. All these things are not cheap at all. And you can see how things are going up. So government should do the needful, most especially in the aspect of providing security to their citizens. Then Hadi Sirika a second night, just like Oludade Abiodun say, he should be brought. We want to know the launch logo. After launching logo, it lasts for about a year or so before they now bring in aircraft, a hired aircraft. In no less than 12 hours, that aircraft disappear. And they launch Nigerian Air with only one aircraft. Now we have been talking of Ebon Air. How many aircraft Ebon Air have? Did Ebon Air even do some celebration? We don't see Ebon Air flying. And we have been receiving award of good services for 3 consecutive years. So government must do the needful. We want to see what is happening there. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Nagodi.
Good morning. Are you there? Welcome.
Good morning, Itodo.
Good morning.
My name is Umar.
Welcome, Omar. I'm going to give you 90 seconds. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think go back to Yaya Bello's case. I need just to tell us what they want in Yaya Bello. I said this because the same state of persecutions, all the other governors. In fact, for Wike, for instance, those judges not just obtain for himself, but for his own cabinet, that will not be investigated until the certain case are determined. What do EFCC this man is want for Yaya Bello? For every go ahead to say, if Yaya Bello is not persecuted in my government, I will resign. So I think there is more to what this man wants for Yaya Bello. I'm not supporting Yaya Bello. I'm not supporting him. I need to be investigated. But the way I manage the EFCC chairman is.
Hello? Omar, are you there? All right, something happened with your connection. We have to let you go. And Obonike Paul says all foes of Governor Fubara should resign and go to their paymaster, while also Francis Ndamani says our political leaders should lead by example to make our society corrupt-free. May God help us. On YouTube, Mahmoud Mohammed says the president should rescue Nigeria and Nigerians. People are suffering. Some are dying of hunger. Fuel scarcity and high dollar has caused a lot of hunger and anger in Nigeria. We'll go on a break. At 7 o'clock, the news comes up, so ensure that you stay tuned. You can still catch up the conversation. The first few minutes of the newspaper review is on YouTube and Facebook right now at Nigeria Info Abuja. So go on there, drop your thoughts and your comments. Victor Omolaye says tax defaulting politicians to be banned for contesting foreign political positions. Very good for our political system and better revenue generation is how he reacts this morning.
New shows, new host, new realities, true conversations, trustworthy ideas, shared passionately on your number one talk station of the nation. Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
This is Nigeria Info.